of where were you born,
Right.
and who are your parents?
Okay. I was born here in St. Petersburg, and my mother's name is Ernisa Bennett, and my father was William Bennett. My mother they migrated here from Georgia. My great-grandfather did. He lived in Lake City, Florida. That's where I spent my summers as a kid. I went up and on the farm. My grandfather had 150 acres or something, cows, hogs, everything that you can imagine. So my summers were spent there. And my mother worked as a domestic worker for a while. She worked as a CNA. My father was not in them. He lived in New York, up in Connecticut, I'm sorry. And raised up in Jordan Park primarily, and went to Jordan Elementary School, 16th Street. I left school in the 10th grade, and I kind of rambled around for several years before I kind of got myself fixated on something. Went to Barber College, and that didn't last for a minute. Then I came back a year later, started again. Then I left the state for a while, and I came back. So after a while, I finally settled into it. I graduated from Barber College in 1970, I think. And I started in the industry in 1971. My mother was very supportive, but I was a trouble kid, in a sense. You know, I understand now that not having a father in the home has a very detrimental effect either way. The wrong father is more detrimental than not having one at all. So I just lived with the decisions that my mother made. She never remarried, and it was good and it was bad. It was good in the sense that I got cured of what my mother wanted in me as a man from a spiritual perspective, and also just from as a human perspective as a grown man. But not having a pathway to it from an image of a father, I made decisions that could have been different. But looking at my life from a spiritual perspective, I don't regret anything that happened, and I wouldn't change it if I could. But just from that social perspective, my life took the avenue that it did as a result of the content of what the environment offered when I was here. I was going to the barbershop, sitting in there listening at people, listening at their lives like we're doing, talking to each other about where they came from, what they did, the kind of jobs they did, all different types of people, pastors, you know, anything from a pastor to a prostitute came in the barbershop. And while sitting there, I decided that that's what I wanted to do, to be a barber. And like I said, I went to school, you know, on and off. And I finally once I got into the industry, my first job was in a beauty salon.